Hello and welcome to Skyworld. In this video we will be discussing some information that I received in a download yesterday as it relates to what we are purging emotionally during this eclipse cycle. I'm going to be sharing some personal information in this video, and I hope that some of you can relate and maybe get comfort knowing that you're not the only one if you're experiencing some difficulties with this purging. So I had a flash of clarity yesterday and understanding about what we are currently processing for the collective and what we are purging personally as well. In the past year, since the 2020 summer eclipses, we have had, as a human collective, shifted timelines. This was also reflected directly in my personal experience. The last eclipse cycle, it was revealed to me that my youngest child was suffering emotionally from our separation and limited time together since her move from North Dakota back to West Virginia. And I was in Denver, Colorado, where my oldest child lived. It made visiting difficult. I could no longer just hop in my car and be there in 12 hours, so it limited the time that we got to spend together, and this was causing her pain. In between the two eclipses, the first two, I believe we had three last summer, my oldest and I took our first vacation together. I rented a cabin on the Greenbrier River in West Virginia for a week, so that my mom and my youngest daughter could both come and stay with us there. Before I left Denver, I had posted the ritual videos for the two eclipses and scheduled them to be updated. I think one posted the day I flew out, and the other was scheduled to go up a few days before the eclipse would happen. While we were at the cabin, it was supposed to post while we were at the cabin with no cell service or internet available there. It rained really hard for the most of the trip. We actually got ponchos at Walmart and to hike in the rain. And we visited a natural rock formation site with a public boardwalk and stairs where we ended up using the ponchos. My mom needed mine, so I used the umbrella while we walked this trail. The rain ended up becoming so hard that we ended up having to run to the car. But anyway, after the second eclipse, my youngest used the energy to express her sadness and grief. At first, she acted out and ran away from my oldest daughter and I while we were hiking the trail behind the cabin that we were staying at. The river was high and rushing really fast, so we weren't able to do any kayaking as we had planned, but this gave us time for things to come up. The second she was able to express what was going on with her, I could see and feel her sadness, and at that moment, my entire life changed. I knew I had to come back to West Virginia and be more involved in her daily life. In order to make this happen, I had to leave my relationship partner in Colorado and my oldest child, who had become my best friend since my move out west. From there, every single leap forward on the path was followed by 2 steps back, and I understood that everything relating to the lower timeline had to completely dissolve. Even though I understood this, it didn't make it any less painful. I was in financial despair after this move and in court in regards to acquiring legal visitation for my youngest child. And I was staying with my family, whose total dysfunction drove me away. And I moved out into the country up on a mountain with a friend who ended up having a negative impact on my legal situation. But the woods and the animals protected and helped me heal spiritually. And my point is, it's time to release all the pain and suffering from this last year's rapid ascension work and the winter of shadow work that we all experienced. So today is the 25th, the day before our super blood moon eclipse, lunar eclipse. And I experienced some real heaviness today. My thoughts were dark and exhausting, and I ended up having to take 2 short naps. The purge was upon me, and when I was finally able to relax into my body, I was then downloaded with some understanding, though I had to just feel into it, and I was given the vision of this past year in review. The deep shadow work left us with some energetic debris, and so did all the transmuting and integrating. And the time is now for us to purge the sadness and lower emotions from our energy bodies. So I was guided to suggest that we all take a second to look at what we all have been through as a collective in this last year. We experienced COVID lockdowns, collective grief, healing the dark feminine, and there have been some huge shifts in humanity on the level of spiritual awakening and or fear and division. And as souls, we have experienced some trauma from the control forces clamping down on the entire globe. This has been transformative for everyone, which we have been transmuting through our own soul's growth and evolution. So we're being prompted to take a look at what we have changed and processed. Feel that through all of what we have done has been a great job. As a spiritual collective, we have raised the vibrational frequency of the planet as well as in ourselves. We have undergone an intense transformation and must purge all the new stuff that no longer serves us on this new timeline as we prepare to receive clarity about what is next. We're being guided to release it all with no judgment while trying to feel into the good side of uncertainty, which is understanding that now anything is possible. And from here, as we merge with higher self more often, we grow spiritually. I had also experienced a spiritual ego death last year, which was difficult, and so we need to let the emotions go surrounding all of this work. So root the energy into the earth through your own Taurus field and let go of the pain to make room for what's next. I know personally that is not easy. However, it is necessary. I send you all my love and hope that this was helpful. Peace.